Good evening and welcome. My name is Sandy Moday, and I'm the Interim Manager of Community Programs Development at CPS Energy. I want to thank you for joining us today for CPS Energy's virtual People First Community Fair. We have a strong commitment to our community and our customers. While we would have loved to join you in our community, due to the COVID-19 health pandemic, we're promoting wellness and using technology to share information about CPS Energy's programs and initiatives. We're excited today to be joined by District 7 City Councilwoman Anna Sandoval, Sean Rivera, District 7 Constituent Services Rep, City of San Antonio Economic Development Department, Access Care Texas with UT Health San Antonio, in addition to members of our CPS Energy team. This evening, Dan Macias, an outreach specialist, will tell us about utility assistance programs and CPS Energy rebates. Michael Sinden with the City of San Antonio's Economic Development Department will share information about the Jobs for SA program. Victoria Garza with Access Care Texas, UT Health San Antonio will share COVID-19 resources. Rita Jefferson with our Customer Response Unit, also known as CREW, will cover CPS Energy's Flex Power Bundle initiative in our Proposed Rates Advisory Committee. Councilwoman Sandoval and Sean, thank you both for joining me this evening. Before we jump into our program, I want to give you an opportunity to address and welcome our attendees this evening. Councilwoman?
Thank you so much, Sandy, for that very warm welcome to myself and to the residents of District 7 or any other district resident that may be watching. You are certainly welcome here with us. So CPS, I know you've been doing this in different parts of the community, in different virtual parts of the community, but tonight's our turn, and I want to thank you very much for bringing all of these resources to our community and to our residents. We know that families right now are having a hard time. Some people have been blessed and they don't even know there's a pandemic going on. They've been able to work continuously, but too many of our families have had problems making ends meet, and we are glad that CPS has some resources available for them. So you'll be able to hear about those. I also want to tell you a little bit about what District 7 is doing to keep you safe. So I'll tell you a few things. Sean and I and the rest of the team have been supporting Metro Health, our health department, in some of their outreach work. We've been putting up signs over the district, and many of our residents have volunteered to help us with that. We know that those of you who are with us tonight, you're fortunate enough to have internet access, but not everyone does. So we've also made an effort to reach out to folks without internet by by postal mail. Also, we've made phone calls to landlines. But the most exciting thing is that we have increased the budget for our health department. So this fiscal year that began in October 1 is going to have a lot more resources to keep you safe and healthy. I also want to thank the other folks who are with us tonight. Michael Sinden from the Economic Development Department is going to tell you about training up for a new job and all of the other options that the city is offering. And we also have, you mentioned some people from UT Health here, and I heard their presentation not too long ago. I'm so excited. They're also talking about insurance, and as you know, enrollment in the healthcare exchange ends on December 15th, but they also have other options in case that's not available to you. So thank you so much for putting all of this together. If you do have other questions for our district office, Sean Rivera will be here to take your questions and give you some answers. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman. We do value our partnership with the city and the county. We continually use various methods to share customer programs and utility assistance information with our community. Also, some of our guests today will mention additional assistance programs that are available. I believe our virtual attendees will appreciate learning about the many programs we have to offer. As a reminder to our attendees, we are recording today's presentation, and we will be sharing this on social media at a later date. Also, we look forward to answering your questions throughout the program. Please use the chat feature to connect with a team member. This evening, we will be giving away 10 energy conservation kits to anyone asking questions using the chat feature. So for our customers calling in, please call 210-353-2783 to ask your questions and enter a chance to win. Our energy conservation kit is valued at $40, which includes LED light bulbs, outlet switches and gaskets, foam pipe insulation, high efficiency shower heads, low flow kitchen and bath aerators. Again, this is, we're giving these away tonight for any of our customers that are engaging and asking questions. Our customer response unit team is live and they will reach out to you privately if you are a winner tonight. So please use the chat feature or give us a call at 210-353-2783 again to ask your questions. Before we begin, we do have Randy DeLeon joining us tonight from our Public Safety and Education team, who will share a quick safety message. Randy?
Hello, everybody. I'm Randy DeLeon with the Public Safety and Education team, here to give you a quick safety message. If you see a utility vehicle or a first responder vehicle pulled over to the side of the road, remember to move over and slow down. It's the law. By taking extra caution, we can all create a safer environment for these utility workers and first responders carrying out vital, essential job duties. Safety first. Together, we can help keep our community safe. Thank you, Ms. Sandy.
Our first topic of this evening is Utility Assistant Resources and CPS Energy's rebate programs. Joining us today is Dan Macias to elaborate more on these programs. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you all for joining us today, as your time is very valuable to us. Today, I want to share some information with you about utility assistance programs, as well as some of our very own CPS Energy programs designed to help our customers save energy and money. This evening, we'll start with the utility assistance resources and take a look at programs with Bexar County Strong and the City of San Antonio's neighborhood, and Housing Services Department, which is referred to NHSD. We'll then shift gears to talk about CPS Energy's Save Now rebates and programs. Before we get into the agency resources, please keep in mind that in order to be eligible for these agency resources, at least one of the following must be met: seniors who are 60 years and older, families with young children, individuals with disabilities or those using critical medical care equipment, or if you have been impacted by COVID-19. Most certainly, these are programs worth inquiring about. If you meet one of the criteria, and I encourage you to share this information with those you may know who meet these qualifications. When it comes to Bexar County Economic and Community Development Department, there is assistance available through Bexar County Strong, where customers may receive payment assistance in partnership with the county. With this program, qualified customers may receive up to $1,200 in utility assistance. Bexar County Strong also has resources assisting with rent, relocation, as well as employment and job training opportunities. To qualify for Bexar County utility assistance, you must have an income at or below 150% of the federal poverty guidelines and be experiencing a financial hardship. So if you're wondering what that looks like, we could take a look at the slide, and let's say you're in the family of 4. So long as your family of 4 has a gross monthly income that is not over $3,275, that would mean that you meet this specific qualification. And to apply for the program, you can download and print the application by visiting the website, www.bear.org/3314/bear-county-strong. You can also request an application by emailing clientservices@bear.org. You can also call Bexar County's Economic and Community Development at 210-335-3666 for more information. Next, I will share information on the City of San Antonio Neighborhood and Housing Services, referred to as NHSD. Through the NHSD program, customers may receive housing and utility assistance where eligible customers may receive up to $2,625 in housing assistance and up to $1,125 for utility assistance. helping with up to 1 to 3 months of billing. To qualify for the Neighborhood and Housing Services Department assistance, you must have an income at or below 100% of the average median income and be experiencing a financial hardship. For instance, as the slide shows, a family of 4 can have a gross monthly income not exceeding $5,917. You can complete the online application by visiting the website www.sanantonio.gov/DHS utility and clicking on the Housing Assistance button at the bottom of the page. You can also call the City of San Antonio's Neighborhood and Housing Services Department at 210-207-5910 for more information. Now let's move on to our next topic, where I will be discussing our Save Now rebates and energy efficiency programs. CPS Energy is committed in helping customers save energy and save money, and we encourage you to learn more about our programs at cpsenergy.com/save now or by calling 210-353-2728. So let's take a look at some of our home efficiency rebates. Currently, CPS Energy is offering rebates for the following: attic insulation, central air conditioners and heat pumps, pool pumps, as well as window AC units. CPS Energy also offers natural gas rebates on gas clothes dryers, gas water heaters, tank or tankless, gas cooktops or stoves, as well as gas conversion rebates for your water heater, dryer, or cooktop/stove appliances. To apply and qualify, applications must be received within 30 days of installation. When it comes to our Wi-Fi thermostat rewards program, you could save $85 when you enroll a qualified Wi-Fi thermostat in your home. A programmable thermostat helps make it easy for you to save by offering pre-programmed settings to regulate the temperatures in your home. Once again, enroll or learn more about our programs, please visit cpsenergy.com/save now or give us a call at 210-353-2728. Lastly, I want to share about our CASA VERDE program. This program is a very popular program that is available to both homeowners and renters and provides an average of $5,000 in energy efficiency upgrades at no cost. To qualify for the CASA VERDE program, you must have an income at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. For instance, a family of 4, gross income cannot exceed $4,367. To apply for the CASA VERDE program, applications are available online by visiting our website at cpsenergy.com/CASA VERDE or by calling us at 210-353-2272. This concludes my presentation, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to provide you with this information, which I hope you found helpful.
Thank you so much, Dan, for that great information. COVID-19 has affected the community in such a big way. I do understand that CPS Energy, again, has worked hard during this time of COVID-19. Dan, can you please share with us, is CPS Energy calling customers requesting payments during this time?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Sandy. CPS Energy never calls to collect money. However, we are currently reaching out to our customers to provide utility assistance resources. Again, CPS Energy will never call to collect money.
Thank you so much, Dan. Great information. And again, CPS Energy will not call demanding payment to our customers. CPS Energy, we genuinely care about our community and we promote the programs that help support our customers, whether it's our own CPS Energy programs or local agency partner programs. As mentioned, CPS Energy has a variety of programs to offer all of our customers. We do encourage you to visit cpsenergy.com/assistance for more information. Randy, do we have any winners at this time?
Hello, Miss Sandy. No current winners at this time. Again, during this event, we will be giving away CPS Energy conservation kits to our customers engaging in conversations with us by commenting or asking questions within that chat field. And no worries if you're joining us by via telephone, because at the event's conclusion, you will have the opportunity to contact us at 210-353-2783 to ask questions, provide feedback for your chance to win a prize. So please ask away. We are here to serve you, and I sincerely hope you're enjoying tonight's presentation. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Randy. Next this evening is our City of San Antonio's Economic Development Department. Michael Sinden will share information about the Jobs for SA program. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you so much for having me here. I do thank CPS and Councilwoman Sandoval for co-hosting this event. Here to share a rather exciting program that the city has put together to respond to the unfortunate pandemic and the impact it's had on our community. But I'm sure some of y'all have heard, so through City Council's adoption of the COVID-19 Recovery and Resiliency Plan that kind of spurred a lot of different efforts, such as housing, emergency housing assistance, small business assistance. There was also a workforce development pillar that was stood up and essentially created a program that we call Train for Jobs SA. And you can see the flyer that we distribute for this program out in the community to get the word out. And I want to make it clear that there is a QR code on this slide and on this form. You can take out your phones right now if you have them available, and you can open up your camera app. And if you're connected to the web, it should take you directly to the website to learn so much about this program if you have more questions after my presentation. Essentially, this program offers City of San Antonio residents who've been affected by COVID-19 the opportunity to gain new skills and certificates through education and training with the goal of getting a high demand occupation that pays $15 an hour, or on a career pathway that quickly gets you to that $15 an hour mark. These training opportunities are vast. So if you're curious what type of trainings are available for me, there are hundreds of different types of trainings that put you on this high demand occupation timeline to get you that job you're seeking. They could be starting and getting a high school equivalency. They could include short-term training, so trainings that are less than 12 weeks, or long-term training if it's greater than 12 weeks. We even have partnerships with different employers and trade groups for on-the-job training if that's something you want to pursue. There are a lot of different options available for you. To support city residents who are seeking this training, we wanted to make sure you understood that that tuition and education is in fact paid for. And in addition, we have various different case management services to assist you along the way as well, if that's something that might be holding you back from joining this program. One of those types of assistance is managed by our Human Services Department, and they essentially have a bucket of funding to assist you with your child care needs. So if that's something that you feel is holding you back, rest assured that we have a program at the city through Human Services to cover that barrier. We also have connections to other community providers that can offer other types of resources if that's something you seek. And even if it's a technology issue, as Councilwoman Sandoval mentioned earlier, or something of that nature, the case managers will work with you to try to help you overcome those issues so that you can have a smooth experience in this training. Now, in addition to the case management, we do offer stipends at $15 an hour for those who are actually undergoing the training. So you kind of get paid while you train with the support services to hopefully make you successful through the process, complete the training, and get that job you were looking for. Note this program is currently available. It has been since about the start of September, and it will span all the way through September 2021. And we're looking to serve up to 10,000 residents. And so we just greatly encourage you all, if you feel like this is something that's interesting to you, I'll give some contact information at the end of this of where you can learn more. But we already have about 3,500 of our city residents who've called in and wanted more information about the program and wanted to take that next step. So hopefully, if you're interested, you'll be adding to that. So to help us accomplish this training, do know that the city has partnered with various different training providers in the community. Some you might be very aware of, such as Alamo Colleges, Family Service, Restore Education, Chrysalis Ministries, Workforce Solutions Alamo, and Project Quest. All of them have a different set of skills and specialties to help you no matter what your circumstances. And they all work together to make sure they put you on the right pathway to give you the assistance you need. And while you can contact any of these providers to start the intake process for the program, I strongly suggest you call into the city's 311 number, and actually we'll have city staff guide you through this process, and we'll transfer you over to that training provider for follow-up. Again, that number is just 311. You'll just call in and say, I need assistance with workforce training, or specifically the Train for Jobs SA program, if you remember the title. That team over there is fantastic, and they will facilitate you through the process. We also have our website, as I mentioned, if you're curious to learn more through that QR code. But for those who don't have those means, the website itself is covid19.sanantonio.gov. And I'll work with CPS to make sure that these flyers, we have them both in English and Spanish, go out to you all after this meeting. So even if it's not you per se that wants to enter this training, but you know a friend, a neighbor, or someone that can take advantage of this, I strongly recommend you call in and learn more, and we'd be glad to assist you through this program. Thank you all.
I actually do have a question for some of our neighbors here who are interested in the program. Roughly how long do you think the application process would take from the beginning to actually getting the answer on whether or not they have been accepted into the program?
Sure. So the process could take up to about 10 days to get through from start to finish. There's a variety of different things that have to happen. So number one, you're going to call in, and like I said, we're going to take some preliminary information down on you just to make sure you haven't already entered the program and you're going through another training provider already or something of that nature. Once we connect you with the training provider, they're going to want to make sure you're eligible for it, that you're in fact a city resident, that you've been impacted by COVID-19, and they're also going to need to do a variety of assessments on you to help you and to work with you collaboratively determine your best pathway moving forward. So for example, one assessment will be on your educational level and job history level, but there's another assessment that we'll have them take on their interest assessment, right? What do they want to do? We don't want to force a match into a training that isn't right for them. So after those two things are determined, they then will be placed with a training provider and essentially set up for a class that will start in the upcoming future. And like I said, I just want to reiterate a lot of opportunities, y'all. So I encourage you to call in and see what those are, because there's literally hundreds.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Sean. Great question. Again, we appreciate that information. Next this evening, we have Texas for Texas with UT Health San Antonio. Victoria Garza, she will be sharing some information about COVID-19 resources. Welcome, Victoria. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Like Sandy said, I am Victoria Garza. We are a group called Access Care Texas from UT Health Science Center here in San Antonio. I'm part of a group of several medical students who are working to increase health insurance literacy throughout the community of San Antonio. So this group was founded in 2013, and we collaborated with Bexar County Health Collaborative, and we worked together to create this amazing website to really help you understand your health insurance that you already have, how to get health insurance coverage if you don't have it, and terms to know. There's a lot of fancy terms in health insurance that are hard to understand. This website really helps break that down. What is cost share? What is prior authorization? And the best thing, if you notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little button that says English. It easily switches to Spanish, and the whole site automatically switches to Spanish to help better understand and have it in the best way possible. So when March came and COVID-19 hit, our primary goals kind of switched to health insurance coverage for COVID-19. We felt that was such a need within the community to get more clear information out on how people are covered for COVID-19 testing and treatment, because there's a lot of information going back and forth. So we wanted to put it all in one place to really help people out. Some main questions that we heard were, what are the major costs with COVID-19? And if you're one of the unfortunate who really get hit hard by COVID-19, it's everything from testing to treatment, hospitalizations, and even recovery. Testing, depending on the site that you go to, you can get $100 and something bill if it's the wrong place that your insurance doesn't cover, or it could be free. And another thing, costs easily balloon up once again with treatment. If you do need treatment and extensive hospital stays, especially if you're at a hospital that your insurance does not cover, and that's something when you're in crisis because you just want help, you may not necessarily think about. So knowing your insurance policy, what locations are covered, what doctors are covered, what hospitals are covered, can really help you save money if you have that already planned out in the case that the worst happens. So we went ahead and made these infographics. I know it is really small and you probably can't read it. We have in both Spanish and English, and really we made 4 different parts to it. It is private or employer insurance. If you are under Affordable Care Act, you also fall under that private employer insurance category. Medicaid and CHIP, Medicare coverage, and also if you're uninsured, what options you have if you need to get tested or you need treatment for COVID-19. So I'm going to go over these quickly. This is very surface level. In this, you have private employer insurance. Once again, Affordable Care Act policy, marketplace, you would fall under this category. You do not require prior authorization. Sometimes your doctor may have to call your insurance and ask permission if they can order a test for you. That is not the case with COVID-19 testing. They do not have to ask your insurance permission to order that test for you. And thank you so much. Once again, we'll talk a little bit more about maybe some prescription options you have that you didn't have prior. And please apply if you need to at healthcare.gov by December 15th. You're still in open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act and marketplace policies. Go do that if you still have time. The next thing we'll cover is Texas Medicaid and CHIP. This one is a little bit different in the sense that you do need a doctor's prescription to get a COVID-19 test for your child. You can't just go to a drive-up site and they ask for your insurance and you put your policy down. You will most likely get billed and your insurance won't cover because you don't have that prescription from a doctor saying, okay, you're sick, you have the symptoms, you need to get tested. So be careful, make sure you do see a provider and they say, okay, yes, you need to get tested, and you have that order for your insurance and Medicaid to cover that. There's a lot of different parts to Medicare. So when it comes to testing, with this one, you do not necessarily need a doctor's referral. You can go to those drive-up sites. You can put your Medicare policy down. They should cover your test. When it comes to treatment, it gets a little bit more complicated. Make sure that your part of your Medicare does cover the hospital stay and the hospital that you're going to if you do have to go to a hospital or you need a televisit to if you're sick with just symptoms of COVID-19. And if you are uninsured, there are so many options here in San Antonio. If you are uninsured, there's plenty of free testing available that a lot of different corporations put on that won't ask for your health insurance. If you don't have it, it's okay. You will still get that free test. This is the website, the covid19.sanantonio.gov, what you can do. Testing, they're sporadic, but they're pretty frequent places where you can get this free testing done. And of course, there's also other medical cost assistance programs such as CareLink. There are more than that as well that you can access to help pay if you do end up having to need to get hospitalized and need treatment for COVID-19. And I know it seems like a lot of information really, really quickly, and it's because there is so much depth that health insurance can go into. We are hosting COVID-19 insurance 1-hour sessions, and this hyperlink here can take you to the sign-up sheet for that. They are 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursdays via Zoom as well. And with that, we'll have drawings. We're going to go into so much more detail on resources, specific resources, and treatments and dates of COVID-19 health insurance coverage. You have more opportunity to ask a lot more questions if you want to. With that, is there any questions?
And I just want to add on those sessions, we're very open to kind of having a very personal conversation with everyone to really understand how best we can sort of use this information to get you guys covered and be ready.
And once again, go to saaccess.com as well. It'll really help you with even more than COVID-19 health insurance coverage, everything. So that way you're getting the most out of your money that you're paying for your health insurance. And of course, how to get coverage if you don't already have some.
Thank you so much, Victoria, Neil. Thank you so much for all that great information regarding the resources COVID-19 available. Sean, I'll give you an opportunity. I'm not sure if you have a question for Victoria or Neil regarding COVID-19 resources.
Well, thank you so much. And Victoria, as you said, that was comprehensive. I know it's a lot of information to cover, so I'll try to keep the questions pretty surface level. So for that coverage session, I saw the, sorry, not the hyperlink, I saw the QR code, and I believe I also saw a phone number on the bottom there. Would they call that phone number, let's say for folks who don't have internet access, or are calling in right now and weren't able to see that that poster? Could you say that number one more time for them?
Yes, let me pull that up. It is, apologize, 210-802-5885.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Michael. Sorry, Sean. Thank you so much, Victoria. Great information. Randy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Randy, do we have any winners at this time?
Yes, we do. We do, Miss Sandy. We have our first two winners this evening. We have Yolanda Melendez and Jeff Henderson. Congratulations on winning one of our CPS Energy conservation kits. One of our crew members will be reaching out to you soon, privately, to give you details on how to claim your prize. And if you're watching us this evening via mobile phone, keep an eye out for your notifications from one of our crew members to inform you if you have won a prize this evening. I encourage everyone, please provide comments, ask questions within that chat field. We are here to serve you. Again, congratulations to Yolanda Melendez and Jeff Henderson. Thank you, Miss Sandy.
Thank you so much, Randy. And congratulations to our winners tonight. Our final topic of this evening is CPS Energy's Flex Power Bundle Initiative and our proposed rates advisory committee. Joining us today is Rita Jefferson with our customer response unit. Welcome, Rita.
Thank you, Sandy. I wanted to thank Councilwoman Sandoval and all guests joining us today. Your time is precious to us. My name is Rita Jefferson, and I'm a member of the CPS Energy Customer Response Unit. Tonight, we're excited to share information about the proposed Rate Advisory Committee, or RAC as we refer to it, as well as the Flex Power Bundle. So this evening, we're going to discuss recommendations from our management and leadership team on the proposed Rate Advisory Committee. We're also going to talk about where we're at with our Flex Power Bundle. Earlier this year, the City of San Antonio Mayor sent our Board of Directors a memo requesting a Rates Advisory Committee with inclusion from City Council members. Selected representatives will review the current rate structure and design new ones with an overall focus on our customers' impact. Our board met shortly thereafter and approved a resolution in March of 2020 to support developing a framework to seek a proper proposed structure for this committee. The proposed RAC's goal is to provide input to management and the board on rate design and power generation. With our CEO, Paula Gold-Williams, we've been providing monthly updates to our board. We've had many meetings and discussions with our Board of Trustees to review in-depth information, requesting input from our board on the direction to go with the proposed RAC. From a governance perspective, we're looking at 21 members from throughout our service territory to give us a diverse view. In addition to the 11 which will be chosen by our Board of Trustees to include the mayor, the proposed RAC will also have 10 appointments from City Council. We'll also have a consultant that will provide some expertise regarding rate structures. The RAC may use this information in part to provide or make informed recommendations to our Board of Trustees. If approved, we will have a consultant that has a variety of rate-making experience that will be able to provide insights to our RAC members on the rates processes and other relevant issues. In terms of governance and member qualifications, you might ask what kind of qualifications a member would need to have. Well, there are various qualifications, and we feel that any and all experience is valuable. We would like to have representation from all customer segments to ensure all of our customers have a voice. We're proposing that to be a part of this committee, you need to reside within our service territory and be a current CPS Energy customer. We want a diverse group of members to include those with an understanding of corporate governance, strong financial acumen, leadership skills, and being able to balance the time commitments for this committee. The Rate Advisory Committee is still a proposed item. Our bylaws are currently in draft form. However, I want to let our community know that we're currently working on a process now. The bylaws describe what the membership will look like, define the roles, the eligibility, the composition, the selection, and the term limit, amongst other things. One important aspect is understanding how often the committee will meet, the length of time it will meet, and will formalize how we post this information to the community to allow an opportunity for feedback and input. We've been busy for the past several months with this ongoing process. We sent our RFP for a rate advisory consultant to a number of consultancies across the United States. We received 11 of them, and we just completed our third round, which included virtual presentations with the top 5 respondents. In the near future, we'll be providing our recommendations to our Board of Trustees for their consideration. Here's just a quick snapshot of how the proposed structure might look. The proposed RAC is very similar to our other structures, like our Citizens Advisory Committee. We want to make sure that this proposed committee has access not only to our top leadership and the CEO, but also to our Board of Trustees. The proposed RAC would complement and add to the input that we receive from many of our other stakeholders. As I just mentioned, we have a diverse group of stakeholders, which include the environmental stakeholder group, the solar stakeholder group, our chambers, and our school districts. We want to make sure that we're broad in our outreach to the community. We're committed to making these meetings accessible to everyone in our community, and we're planning on live streaming these meetings and recording them, allowing the public to view it live or at their leisure. Especially during the times of COVID, we understand not everyone will be able to go to an in-person meeting, so it's definitely important that we have virtual meetings or at least have the live stream capability for anyone to participate from anywhere in the world. This event is also recorded, so anyone can go back and reference the material at a later date if they wish. We'll post this information on our website like we do today when we have community meetings. We'll also consider alternative times to meet if perhaps daytime hours are more conducive than evening hours to have participation from various people. We know people have different work schedules, so we would like to be very flexible regarding that as well. So the mission of RAC is to provide a helpful and unique knowledge base on the insights of what we do as an industry and as a utility, with the ultimate goal of weighing into the value pillars that we have. Of the value pillars, affordability and reliability remain the top 2 responses we get from our customers when we ask them what is most important from us. 2 things to be considered. We're going to provide the foundational knowledge to understand rates, and the members should be willing to learn about the cost recovery to include the utility's best practices. There are expectations and responsibilities from the utility, the consultant, and each committee member. We will devote the necessary time and energy to provide information and knowledge to understand the complexity of what we do. We also want to understand what potential structures would be a good strategy or an alternative solution. We want to make sure that the input from the proposed RAC is considered and that our community understands all concerns are taken to heart. The committee's charge. Our proposed RAC is going to be able to provide rate structure recommendations. As per our bond covenants, the responsibility and accountability for our rates reside with our Board of Trustees and our regulator, the City of San Antonio. However, the RAC will be able to provide an abundance of useful input for consideration to that process. So someone might say, well, what's the RAC going to do? We want to create a pathway for input to management and our Board of Trustees on rate changes and the creation of new rates. They'll receive information on rate design trends and learn about cost structures. We want them to ask relevant questions and raise concerns from the community. We'll review the impact of generation resource implications and function in an advisory role. Now let's talk a little about how we'll get the RAC members up to speed. We'll be developing a curriculum. We'll work on the governance structure and establish the bylaws and also provide history on current utility practices and best practices across the industry, including strong utility industry acumen. We've got a lot to consider here in San Antonio and the greater community in regard to environmental considerations, regulatory parameters, and how we look at our current rate design, amongst other things. So this is just an illustrative timeline of what I spoke about earlier. We definitely have been busy, and we've been active with the board, and we'll continue to provide updates and seek community input. So I'll stop here for a moment before we transition into the Flex Power Bundle. We want to hear from the community. Public input is essential for us. So we've created an English and Spanish phone line, which is 210-353-6788, just for that. We would like to hear from anyone who has any comments or feedback regarding our proposed Rates Advisory Committee. We want the community to tell us what they think. For example, if someone's interested in participating in this committee, let us know. It's a perfect opportunity for you to phone in. You can leave us your name and number, and we'll get back to you. We would also like to hear from you about how much time you think a committee like this should spend in a meeting, whether it be 1 hour, 3 hours, or 5, and also how often it should meet, whether it should be once a month or several times a month. Please call and give us your feedback so that we can provide this info to our board. Also, before we move on to the next section, I do want to encourage our listeners and viewers this evening to watch or listen to our Board of Trustees meetings. They are live streamed or you can call in. Our board information and presentations are posted online in advance, and you can follow along as our Board of Trustees hears from experts across the utility about the matters that are most important to us. So we've talked a lot about our Flex Power Bundle. We went out for an RFI earlier this year requesting some information about what might be currently available. We've been very successful with the fleet of power plants that we have owned and operated, but that fleet continues to get older. Currently, we have about 1,700 megawatts that we'll need to take offline within the next 10 years. This is due to the age of the plants, because as they run pretty heavily during the hot summer months here in San Antonio, they become less efficient over the years. They also become less reliable, and anytime one of these plants fails or is not performing as it should, there's a financial risk. It's like an older car. There are only so many miles you can put on a car or vehicle before it starts to have problems. So couple that with the fact that with losing 1,700 megawatts, how do we grow the bandwidth that we need to power our community? So we'll go out for an RFP later this year for the Flex Power Bundle. We're asking for commitments of 900 megawatts of solar, about 50 megawatts of battery storage. We understand that new technology affects our system, and we want to have that available, not just for our portfolio, but also for our customers. Additionally, we know that sometimes the wind doesn't blow or the sun doesn't shine, so we need some type of firming capacity to match that new technology to meet the same requirements and reliability that a traditional unit might have. You've likely heard us speak about our STEP program extensively, which is our Save for Tomorrow energy plan formed in 2009. Well, we did a STEP bridge extension. STEP was highly successful. We not only met our goal of 771 megawatts, but exceeded it, saving 833 megawatts, which is about the same size as a large power plant. And we avoided that cost for our customers. We budgeted $849 million for the STEP program, and we came in $130 million under budget. We also completed it 1 year early. We understand that the tried and true products have been successful for us, and we're looking to see how innovation couples with either a STEP bridge extension or later in 21, how FlexStep, a bigger and bolder program, may be released, again with the combination of the tried and true and new technology. We've come a long way in our STEP vision. We started the Save for Tomorrow energy plan in 2009. We released the flexible plan, the flexible path plan a couple of years ago, and all of this ties together. The Flex Power Bundle and Flex Path, again, tried and true products with newer, cleaner technologies and product offerings for our customers. So I'll end on this slide. For any questions you might have, please use the Q&A feature. For public input, call us at 210-353-6788 and let us know your comments or suggestions. Let us know if you're interested in participating in the committee, how long you think these meetings should last, if they should be ad hoc. We're looking for that community input. Thank you so much for your time this evening, and please visit our website at cpsenergy.com for information on all our programs, including information on the Flex Power Bundle plan.
Rita, thank you so much. That was very informative. I do have a question. So for our District 7 residents who are interested in either nominating themselves for the Rates Advisory Committee or just providing feedback, where should they go to start that process?
That is a great question, Sean. Thank you. So we definitely highly value input from our community. So we do ask that if there is any feedback that you'd like to provide, or if anyone's interested in participating, that you call our designated phone line. It's the 210-353-6788 number, and we'll be happy to take that information.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rita, for that information, and thank you so much, Sean, for that question. We're now at the end of our program. Sean, would you like to provide any closing comments for our audience today? Councilwoman did have to leave for another commitment, another event she's attending this evening. But Sean, would you like to provide any closing comments for our audience?
Well, of course, thank you so much for organizing this. This was a lot of great information. So to Dan, Michael, Victoria, and Rita, it's a pleasure working with you. Thank you for taking your evening. And of course, a big thanks to all of our community members who made the time to attend. On our end, if you ever require assistance, please never hesitate to call us. You can call us at 210-207-0870, or you can email the word district, the number 7, at sanantonio.gov. So district 7 at sanantonio.gov. And also, I'd like to encourage all of you to stay updated on what's happening in District 7. You can join our email list, and I'm actually going to post that in the chat very soon before we close out. And you can also find that on the district website. And of course, Sandy, it was a pleasure, and everyone stay safe out there.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much for those remarks, and we appreciate you joining us tonight. Again, we appreciate District 7 and Councilwoman for joining us. I want to remind everyone on here, our callers and anyone joining us here tonight, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, again, please use our chat feature. For any of our customers that are calling in, please, again, that number to call is 210-353-2783 to ask any questions you'd like to ask. Our team members are here ready to answer your questions and also to enter that chance to win one of our energy conservation kits. Our crew team has been with us throughout the evening answering your questions in real time. We will remain live for the next couple of minutes to answer any questions. Randy, before we close out tonight, do we have any additional winners this evening?
We do, Miss Sandy. Thank you. Our next two winners we have is Chris and Eduardo Elizondo. Congratulations on winning one of our CPS Energy conservation kits this evening. One of our crew members will be reaching out to you soon, privately, to give you details on how to claim your prize. No worries if you're joining us by calling in via telephone, because after the event has concluded, you will have the opportunity to contact us, like Ms. Sandy was saying, at 210-353-2783 to ask questions, provide feedback for your chances to win a prize. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you already won a prize this evening, congratulations. And to all of our attendees tonight, thank you for being here, being present, and don't be surprised if we reach out to you soon to inform you if you did indeed win a prize this evening. Thank you, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you so much, Randy. Again, thank you for joining CPS Energy's Virtual People First Community Fair, hosted with Councilwoman Ana Sandoval and Sean Rivera. Enjoy the rest of your evening and stay safe. Thank you.